The internet has driven change in many different ways. In the past, it was much harder to find reliable sources quickly and easily, like it is now. Hashtagging, talking with people across the country, other than pen pals, was something no one really ever thought about. Now, one can organize, share, save, and upload all sorts of ideas and documents to the internet for basically the whole world to see. Today, media and news can be seen and read by more people in one day than, let's say, in the 1940s, like the lecture said. The internet allows data to travel all over the world, and some messages I got from these videos is that the internet connects people in many ways, and the internet is always evolving, and over time it will become easier and easier to use. I relate to these messages because I am a user of social media and, of course, the internet, and I use it to connect with my family from across the state. And without it, I would basically have no idea what would be going on in their lives unless, I call them, but I don't have all their phone numbers. So, social media just makes it easier for me to stay in touch. I also use the internet basically every day for schoolwork, and so without it, it would be much more difficult to finish homework or projects or tests or any schoolwork basically in a timely manner. My sister was actually talking about the use of social media and the internet with her students when I visited her in January. And as a future teacher, I would of course talk to my students about how, although the internet allows you to do an abundance of research and you can play fun educational games and all that other fun stuff, it can also be a dangerous place for them. So, yes, the internet allows us to connect with people, but it would be really important to mention that it can connect you to very bad people and may lead to bad decisions as well. So, as a teacher, your job is to protect your students, and overall, you just want to make sure that they are using the internet safely. The podcast I listened to was by John Spencer, and he talked about 4 myths about the future of education. He basically talked about how the future of learning is all up to the teacher. It doesn't have to become a paperless classroom or doesn't have to have top tier gadgets in the class for your classroom to be the most effective for your students. Going back to my sister's school, they are basically Google oriented. They use Google tablets every day, and so most of the worksheets or other projects are done using Google Classroom. And I listened to countless TED Talks during high school, so those can obviously still be used in the classroom. I love listening to podcasts, and overall, students can benefit from them because they really make you listen and think. And if they are more of an auditory learner, they would be perfect for them. Unless the educational videos from YouTube is part of the curriculum, I don't believe social media should be allowed in the educational environment. Now, if Facebook is used to contact, keep in touch, talk about schoolwork with the parents, that's fine. But I just believe social media is too personal and drama entailing to be involved in school. The online bookmarker I used was Google Bookmarks to bookmark my podcast because basically Google is super easy to use and navigate, so I thought that it would be my best option, and it turned out to be super easy and very convenient.